my name's Will. If you're an adventure traveler, a lone worker, or find yourself outside of cell phone coverage for long periods of time, this product here, the Zoleo satellite communications device, could be the answer to your communications problems. So let's see what we got. As you can see, I haven't even opened this one yet. Let's just undo it so we can see what exactly you get. Get one of these. Okay. So this is Zoleo Global Satellite Communicator. On the uses the Iridium network, so you're going to get communications anywhere on the planet you might find yourself. It's just a bit about it here on the back: global two-way messaging, dedicated email and phone number, and a few other interesting things there. Weather forecast, a check-in function. You can share your location via GPS. Comes with a 2-year warranty. We'll get more into other functions and features of it later. Like a phone, it does come with an IMEI number. So you want to look after this piece of information here, because each, like a mobile phone, they're all very individual units. So how do we get into this thing? Here we go. Another little thing here. It might be better if I used a knife. Okay, this is what MacGyver would do. Okay, that's got him. Right. Gee, well, you can't complain about the packaging being shoddy. Got to get into it first. Here we go. Zoleo, or Zoleo, however you want to pronounce it. Okay, what do we get? Okay, here's the big reveal. Okay, so what do we get here? Okay, we'll obviously get the unit itself. My goodness, there we go. Charger, activate, and install the app. They're the 3 steps you need to do when you get one of these. It's pretty basic. What else do we get in the box? What's this? Quick start guide. What do we got here? Safety and regulatory warranty information. It comes with a 2-year warranty, as I mentioned before. And what else? USB for charging and downloading. What do we got here? And a carabiner, obviously, so you can hook it up, carry it with you, which is the whole idea. And I think that's it. Okay. So there it is. As you can see, well, there's the IMEI number on the back there anyway, so that's okay, that's good. You got your USB port in here. Charge it up. Now it is waterproof, down to 1.5 meters for approximately 30 minutes. So if you do find yourself in the water, or if it gets wet, don't worry too much. You don't have to worry too much about it, unless of course you're out in the deep ocean somewhere and you'd really want to keep it in some sort of waterproof container. If you find yourself in the water for an extended period of time, I hope not, touch wood. Okay, so let's have a quick look at it here. Alright, so we have the on-off button just on the top there. Okay, now one of the features with this is the check-in function. Now, sometimes you might be wanting to be going off somewhere into the bush or out on your travels outside of mobile coverage, and this is where this device comes into its own, because what it allows you to do is let your contacts know that you're okay. A bit like a check-in, say, yep, we're good. What you do is you press this button here, and the all the LEDs will spin around, and you'll get a confirmation tone when the message is sent, and that goes off. And you can choose who those numbers are, or the people, I should say, that get that message to say that you're okay, so they can stop worrying about you. Okay, so moving on, obviously this one here is the power button, and it also tells you what the state of charge is of this device. Now it has up to 200 hours of battery, which is proprietary by the looks of it, because they've got tamper-proof screws in here, but similar to most mobile phones these days. So that'd be 200 hours on standby. I guess every time you use this, it draws a bit more power. Okay, so this here is where your messaging light is, or the envelope icon. It tells you when you've got a message there, and you go to your app, the Zoleo app, and you can check and read your messages there. It's very similar, very much like receiving a text message, and that is what this is about. It's not about voice communications as such, otherwise it'll just be another satellite phone, and you'll pay the satellite phone prices for it. But this is a really good alternative. Plus, you can see the size of it there. It isn't that big at all, and you can probably slip that in your pocket and carry it with you, or use the carabiner and pin it to your belt or your backpack or whatnot. Okay, and with the app, it doesn't work without the app. You need the app for it to work and to communicate with, and so do your friends and contacts. They will need to download the app as well. It's free for them, and they can message you anytime they want, and it doesn't cost them anything. Okay, so they're free to contact you whenever they feel, and but if you were to message them, it does cost you that way. Now, the messages you can send are up to 950 characters long, which is quite decent. So, and that leads me to the plans in terms of how much you can use this and what sort of cost you'd be in for. Now, it comes currently with 3 different plans. Obviously the cheap plan, the middle plan, and the unlimited plan. Now, the basic plan is currently $32 a month, and that allows you to send and receive, I should correct myself there. It is actually send 25 satellite messages, and up through to the $80 plan a month is obviously unlimited. Like I said, colleagues wanting to contact you via the app is free for them. Okay, and it seamlessly switches over, because when you do come back into mobile phone leverage or Wi-Fi range, you are back onto your phone's Wi-Fi or your cell phone carrier's network, and this basically just becomes like a silent party in the whole communications array you've got there. But as soon as you go outside of that coverage network, it will detect it, and then you'll seamlessly switch over to using communications via the Zoleo. Okay, the SOS feature. You see, it's covered in this little safety cap here, so you don't press this button by mistake. Now, what it means is if you find yourself in a save our souls situation, it's not just because you think, hey, I've run out of butane gas for my cooker, I can't cook dinner tonight and we need something. No, this is the real deal. What you do, if you're in dire straits, you press and hold this button for 3 seconds, and all the LEDs will spin around, and you'll get a tone, and it'll let you know that the message has been sent. And how do you know when the emergency response team has received it? Well, the blinking will stop, and you'll just get a double blink of the LEDs then. So, and then that's when you can, or they will get in contact you via the app again, and they will ask you what the nature of your emergency is so that they can prepare the appropriate response for you. Okay, now if you do find somehow, for whatever reason, you send an SOS and you think, heck, that wasn't a real SOS, this could cost me if I send off false alarms, press and hold it for 5 seconds, and this time all the LEDs will be green, and then the emergency response team will let you know when they've received the cancellation, and you'll get ascending tones coming out of this device, and that will effectively cancel any further action for search and rescue. Okay, there are instructions on the back on how to use the SOS, so that's always there, so you don't have to sort of like think, heck, oh, I've forgotten how to use this thing. It's just written on the back here, so that's handy. The SOS service is part of your plan. It's not an extra feature that you have to pay for or is optional. It is actually built into the plans, and it's by a company called GEOS, G-E-O-S, and they run the International Emergency Response Coordination Center, and that is monitored 24/7. So there's always somebody who is there, so you don't need to feel totally alone. There is always somebody there for you if you need to. Now, for this device to work, this has to be facing the sky. Must have a clear line of sight to the sky, so you can just set it down somewhere and get your phone out and start using it. Okay, it does not work without your phone. Neither does the SOS, so that it needs to be paired with via Bluetooth with your mobile phone for this device to work. Okay, so that's it. It's a pretty neat device. I think it's a game changer for all you adventurers out there, or people who just like go camping or blogging, or for lone workers particularly as well, because their safety is compromised a little bit because they are alone. So if anything happens to them out bush somewhere, and the mobile phone coverage is not so good or unreliable or non-existent, this is a great device to have. Okay, so I think this will be a bit of a game changer in people traveling around the world and having to worry about being out of communication range of anything. This brings the world to you in that sense, and I think it's going to be, like I said, a game changer as such. So just to wrap up, this device, this is one I bought here in Australia, and I paid $345 for it, which I think represents very good value for what it is and what it does and what it can do for you. It's soon to be released in North America shortly, and I'll give you all the links to for Australia at least in the down below for the Sat Phone shop, and you can look at it there. And there are a few accessories available for it as well, little mounts and things like that, similar to what you can get for your GoPro. So if you liked this video, please give us a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. If you didn't like it, well, okay, a big thumbs down. Alright, we'll see you in the next video.